Jon Hertzfeldt's 2012 film, It's Such a Beautiful Day, is, in my opinion, the greatest piece of media ever created. It's a work of art that's impossible to describe with words, and even making this video on it won't do it justice. This analysis will have massive spoilers, so I'll be linking the Vimeo page in the description. I implore you to watch it before continuing. Seriously, it's only $10, and I promise you won't regret it. The film was originally released in 3 shorts: Everything Will Be Okay in 2006, I Am So Proud of You in 2008, and It's Such a Beautiful Day in 2011, before they were all wrapped together into one film in 2012. I recently saw the film for the first time in June with some friends during a Q&A with Don himself, where the guy behind me asked him who his favorite rapper was. But after watching it, I knew it was magical. I went home and bought the film. I've watched it 4 times since then, and I've cried every single time since the second viewing. The film stars Bill, a regular man living a regular life that, throughout the film, becomes anything but ordinary. We're introduced to Bill through his mundane routines as he walks through a world that feels both similar to our own, yet surreal. As the film progresses, we witness Bill's struggle with mental illness, his family history, memory loss, and his own fragile mortality. This includes scenes where Bill forgets simple tasks and becomes confused in places that should feel familiar to him. He deals with hallucinations and the fear of losing his mind, made worse by the memories of his mother's mental illness and difficult past with other family members. This includes the disappearance of his half-brother. His memory problems get worse, and there's a heartbreaking moment where he realizes he no longer recognizes his own surroundings. His fragile mortality is shown when he's brought to the doctor, only to be told he doesn't have long left to live, which leads him to deeply reflect on the meaning of his own life and the reality of his own fastly approaching death. The film ends with him finding beauty in everything around him before getting in a car and driving away, finding his father, making amends, before lying on the grass, looking up at the trees, before the screen cuts to black.
Wait a minute. He's not gonna die.
He's not gonna die.
But he doesn't die here.
No.
Bill?
Bill, get up. Get up, Bill,
No,
get up.
He can't
No,
die.
he's not
here.
gonna die.
He can't ever die.
Bill? Bill?
Except he doesn't die. Instead, the narrator tries to convince us, and perhaps himself, that Bill lives forever, finding love and losing it countless times, until the universe dies and he's just floating in darkness. And yet, this is sadder than if Bill had died, because we're left with the haunting idea that never-ending life is more terrifying than death. The film forces you to come to terms with your own mortality and teaches you to appreciate every day you have. It's not about Bill and his life, but it's a reminder that without death, we can't truly enjoy life. And that's the beauty of It's Such a Beautiful Day. It's a film that makes you reflect on life, death, and how the mundane routines, like doing the dishes, folding laundry, going to work and school, aren't what define your life. Instead, it's the moments outside those routines, the time spent doing what you love, being with people who matter to you, pursuing passions. That's truly what shapes who you are. It's Such a Beautiful Day isn't just a film. It's a reflection on what it means to be human. It reminds us that our lives are fragile, filled with tragedy and beauty in equal measure. It's a celebration of the mundane and a confrontation of our deepest fears. We often get caught up in the daily grind, mistaking our routines for our lives, but it's the opposite of that. The laughter with friends, the time we spend on things we love, that gives life its true meaning. And just like Bill, we may find ourselves trying to make sense of it all, grasping for permanence in a world where everything eventually fades. Because when we realize that life's brevity is what gives it its value, we can finally start to appreciate every imperfect, fleeting second of it. Thank you for watching.